they were talking about if we could get Birkins for the Hermes store, and they was also saying how we depreciate the value of a Hermes Birkin bag. What the it just makes you want to be like, it just makes you want to brag like, you know who the you're talking to, but no, I'm not even going to take it there.
China taking a jab at Donald Trump's trade war. Chinese manufacturers allegedly exposing the truth behind the production of luxury goods. Tell us more about that.
And we end today's show about luxury bags carefully handcrafted in China. Turns out your quote-unquote made in Italy luxury handbag might have more ties to Chinese factories than to Tuscany. Thanks to viral TikToks from Chinese factory workers, the internet is now in a frenzy over claims that some of the most iconic designer bags are actually born in the East, just wearing a Western disguise.
Made in Italy, made in China, or maybe made in Chile. Oh yeah, that should be a thing, by the way, because some brands get real creative when it comes to made-in labels.
Many lies have been told about luxury brands, with some creating a false reputation that never existed. But guess what? Cardi B just blew away what was left of their pretense, making it clear that there might be some lies behind those luxury bags. In a world where fantasies cost a little more than $10,000, anything is possible just to hit the numbers. A well-handcrafted bag could be priced way higher than it costs. And trust me, these brands and boutiques aren't making it easy for anyone. Hermes was the latest brand Cardi B exposed when she unapologetically unraveled the lies they have sold cheaply for many years. Stick around as we blow your mind with truths you never knew were replaced with lies. From the interchange of labels to skyrocketed prices and billion-dollar illusions, you are about to feel the greatest shock in a long while. All of the exposés about luxury lies weren't published in major newspapers, trending magazines, or popular blogs. It all stemmed from a viral TikTok video. A young man who happens to be a Chinese factory worker provided some shocking revelations that exploded on the internet like a time bomb.
Listen to this.
As long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China. But those luxury brands just won't acknowledge that.
In his words, almost all of the major brands you know have their roots not in the self-acclaimed European factories, but in the heart of the most despised local fashion world, have several ties to these factories that have kept their transactions secret for years.
This Birkin bag at Hermes boutique will cost you 38,000 USD. But what is the real cost out of the factory? Today, I'm going to break it down in front of you, step by step.
From the prestigious Hermes, Gucci, Prada, Fendi, and Chanel, to name a few, these are major business partners with these local shops. And truly, it wasn't just a bluff. There was proof to back his claims. A handful of some of the finest bags, which are replicas of those sold for thousands of dollars, were wholly stamped with imported labels and prepared for shipment in the most orderly manner. This was just the tip of the iceberg, as many of those bags were orchestrated in a manner that might be disturbing if you were told they were handcrafted. Revealed also were made in France tags and simplified manpower that made the jobs easier.
Tariffs against China add up to 145%. That is including the existing 20% tariffs that were already imposed on the country.
Work with the manufacturers identified in the online videos, and we urge consumers to be aware of potentially counterfeit products and misinformation. Authentic Lululemon products are only available for purchase at our Lululemon store.
Things just blew up?
Yet, this new truth took aback the whole TikTok community, and the battleground of supremacy among some of these luxury brands was thrown into chaos. When several viewers discovered that behind these brands lay mass production and shipment, it felt almost like being shot in the leg. And what they thought was genuine was only a camouflage to deceive them completely. Just when everyone was finding it hard to swallow the hard pill thrown at them, Cardi B came in the loudest of ways and shattered what was left completely. In one of the viral videos depicting a factory worker assembling what was thought to be a perfect replica of Hermes Birkins, Cardi dropped a bombshell. For a moment, the utter silence was replaced with roars from several angles. Hermes should just show how they make their bags. If everything is legit, there ain't no problem showing their factory. Right shot, raw, unfiltered Cardi style. The internet was filled with mixed reactions. While some supported her comments, Others didn't hesitate to lambast her for the insensitive remarks she made. One confidently asked, "Were you not the one who was frolicking with Hermes bags last month?" It seemed like Cardi wasn't even disturbed by that question. She fired back on all cylinders, putting Hermes in their rightful place, saying, "People need to know about what they are paying for." This wasn't just a commentary, but a revelation that broke the camel's back indefinitely. Remember that Cardi has a vast Hermes collection and has long been associated with fashion. So it was a significant blow to the Hermes brand for her to have mentioned it.
I'm really running out of space. If we talking crop. And I got my day ones with me.
Cardi knows fashion too well, and if she's throwing tantrums at that system, there seems to be something underneath that many are not yet seeing. Luxury isn't just about style, it is a complex system that generates billions of dollars annually. Hermes isn't a name you can easily dismiss. It is a brand with a modified reputation. With a brand valuation of $18 billion and growing, they hold a reputable percentage of the world's fashion statistics, with bags that cost up to $300,000 in special cases. They represent not just a name, but a brand hitting a milestone globally. But in 2024, Hermes lost 2% in overall financial value. And if you think that is a small amount, then you probably don't understand the magnitude. With China as the leading cause of this drop, they account for nearly 12% of buyers in the market and are only willing to exchange their money for real value and transparency. Now that this underground secret has been leaked, along with Cardi B's takedown, most designer houses are no longer living in denial about the drastic effects it has had on them. Consumers are no longer willing to sacrifice value for popular brands. They are now asking real-time questions and need real-time answers. These accusations didn't only affect Hermes, but also several other popular brands that have been leading the fashion market. Gucci and Prada have long been in this game, and only a sudden understudy could reveal the secret. A factory owner didn't play it safe when he revealed that 80% of Gucci and 60% of Prada have their origins in China, a truth many popular brands never wanted you to know, so they keep milking you for all you're worth. With raw footage to support these claims, one can see how favorite brands deceive people into believing a lie. When a $30,000 Hermes bag was compared with a $200 bag from a Chinese company, there wasn't any notable difference. Rather, both had a striking resemblance that not many could discern. The world came to a standstill when Tanner Leatherstone revealed a dark truth that had been hidden beneath the glitz and glamour of these bags for years.
Is it really worth spending thousands of dollars on luxury leather bags? In the past 22 months, I have done just that to answer that burning question that got me famous on social media. Math shows that I have spent a total of $41,441 on 25 luxury leather goods from the super brands of today. But I'm happy to report that I have discovered 2 key points in this experiment that will change the way you look at the luxury bags from now on.
Tanner isn't just a regular TikToker, but a leather expert, whistleblower, and a very raw analyst who never hides the truth, saying it as it is. He took several of these bags, cut them into pieces, and brought to light the fraud happening underneath the fashion world. He analyzed the durability of a Hermes Birkin compared to some of the most inexpensive bags and found that the $38,000 bag was only inferior compared to the $600 bag. Ridiculous.
The construction is nothing remarkable. It feels too basic for something that is over $2,000.
Cardi B deserves credit for this rising movement. Her voice has reached the high and mighty, and henceforth, many of these brands will watch their backs. If the brands are truly honest, then this conversation wouldn't be necessary. However, because they have something to hide, they will have to face the music they created. Even if Hermes wants to put things in order again, will it be easy? Nothing is irredeemable. A little trust from them again could get the gears rolling. But in the meantime, they have turned their backs on themselves. Will you ever get a Hermes bag after this shocking revelation? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.